Hello, welcome to a video tutorial on how to make a rocket launcher. First we'll delete your shape and mesh cylinder, nothing else. Cylinder, grab it, rotate it. It's reasonably flat. There's your perfectionist flat. Switch to edit mode, which if you don't know where it is, you can just be done that. Then switch to object mode, and switch to that one there where my mouse is. That'll expand it to face. And then go out a bit, press I, choose your wall thickness, rocket launcher, and select that face. Then push it in a bit. Check inside, see, make sure it's not completely. Yeah, that'll do. And then press on here. By the way, just selecting them does take a while, so hopefully if you don't subdivide it too much, it won't be too much hassle. Then just go back out, take it off that, press extrude, keep on holding E, shortcut. As you can see, as I'm extruding, the number at the top there increases, and if you look, so I'm just pressing each time it increases. Run out of room, quick back to object mode. No, it's not completely flat. So that'll do for me. Take it off there, push it back, raise it up. That way you got enough. The camera you can sculpt your trigger a bit easier, and then just keep on repeating that process so you get how long you want it. By the way, after you've built up in the middle, you can basically just widen it out. Sorry about that phone. And that's all the inside of the rocket launcher. Before you even build it, you'll probably be advised that you spin it a bit so you can make sure that you've got one of them on the flat bit, so you've got a nice reference point, so you can start building your trigger, or firing mechanism as people call it. So you want it roughly in the middle, but as I've done here, you can see I've got little individual dots. That's good and bad. It's good because you've got more to work with, and it's bad because when you're rendering it'll take a while. Then that's what after you rendered in texture, which we're not going to be doing on this tutorial. At least not part of the criteria. So choose a spot. That's a good place to put the handle. Press extrude. Good height. And nice and central. And good width. If not, you can always just do this. Select it, extrude it out a bit, and therefore that makes you the thicker grip. Easy. And then let's just say I want to subdivide this so it'll give me a nice marker for where my trigger is at that line, like that middle one there. Like where that middle one is, in it, that's where I want my trigger to finish. Sorry about that. That's where I want it to finish. Or I can, if I wanted to. So if you want to, you can easily just. Actually, I'm changing my mind. It's not about it. You have a plan. You change your plan. I'm going to extrude. I'm going to do it the opposite way to what I did it on my model. I started from the top. I started from there. Whereas this time we're going to start here because you've already got your vertices, you've already got your faces done. And then that way it's easier for you to do it. You can judge it easier. Switch to that tool again. Be warned that you might need to undo it and then redo it to make it to fit your birth. So like this is going flat. Then eventually I'll curve it where that line is, so it goes up there instead. Slowly. This process does take a while. You have to extrude, adjust, extrude, adjust. You have to do that how many times you extrude it. So I don't know how many. I've extruded it a few times. And then to make it flat to join. Actually, that's not up to what I call. So that's good. And I just keep on extrude it bit by bit because this will be good. Then make sure it comes through that. You see, there it's come through. This is all built out of one shape, by the way. I haven't done anything. You've been watching it, haven't you? Haven't you? Well, somebody said. Then start your trigger. Your trigger wants to be thinner than your casing, than that. And then it wants to be thick enough like that. And you got to if you subdivide it, sometimes it does that. That's what happens when you accidentally press the extrude. And do that. Click that, shift, done. Now that is a bit thick than I wanted to. So I'll just subdivide it more. So those 4 parts are going to be my trigger. I want the curve just to finish below so you can still get your bit underneath. Now do it again. And now do it again. Extrude, rotate, extrude, rotate, extrude, rotate. And as you can see, we're already starting to get the basic trigger shape. We're only extruded like 5 times, like minimum 5 times here. Like the trigger shape it would associate with one. Sorry. And don't do that because it'll mess it up. Then that'll be me for done. And then if you want to make them nice, make it look nice, I would personally, this is just extra if you want, so if you're not bothered, you just want to make a basic rocket launcher, there it is, there's your rocket launcher. But for those people that want to be advanced, I would recommend going to sculpt mode. Then, depending on where it is you want to attract. By the way, this is where the vertices will come in handy because it'll give you more shape manipulation. It's like each one of them will be able to extrude out on its own or form its own little thing, form its own little shape. So I'll show you. And tab, by the way, tab is easy to do. Start on the trigger. It's on. Take it to subtract, so you can get a nice thin. That was a bit too thick for me, so I'm just. This is one way you can do where you can shrink down your size, then you can just easily expand it as well. So like on my pistol I did for a model, I expanded it there, made it thinner there. That way it gives it looks nicer, and it gives you a nice feel if you was actually imagining holding it. But then if you don't want any sharp edges, you just go around it, do the same. So I'll flatten everything out. So that way it looks like it's all one bit, and then change it to add to make this so then this way you're expanding the points, the faces that you're using as reference. Right, that was, you remember how that was flat earlier? Well now look at it since I've used it. So make it unique, keep it the same shape. Like you might want now let's take it to subtract again, because you might want the trigger inside the trigger bit thinner, so it's not as weighted, it's not as heavy. Then you might want to add it, you might want to indent it a bit so you got more grip. Now I'll show you, after I finish this, I will show you the model I did for my assignment. Even that, you can, like I'm just gonna bubble it out a bit. Actually I'll just, you got different types of them. You got inflate, deflate, bob. I'm going to use inflate. See, that's how. Then you can quickly switch back to brush, subtract. It'll flatten it out nice and easy for you. And this can be done everywhere on here. Every vertex you can do it that you've not extruded. I still don't like the look of that. So then you can easily just switch up things here. And then there's your basic rocket launcher. Just control save. After I shall just now load up my rocket launcher. Save it, normal way. Done. Now it's time to show the rocket launcher I did for my assignment. As I built a sighting which is easy to add, but I won't show you how to do it, you can figure that out for yourself. And I put a handle in it, so that way you can just carry it around. But then this is for a right-handed person firing it from the right. So this way it makes it better for the player, or the person modelling it, for you to do it that way. And in turn, you can make it any shape, make it your own unique if you wanted to, by doing it any way you wanted to. So, sorry about that. So this is me, done. See you next time for a next Blender tutorial on how to make a pistol.